begins the moment the hero twins approach the island. The ancient island did not welcome visitors. It warned them. The moment Kai, Lyra, and their guardian descended through the mist, the air shifted, heavy, electric, almost alive. Every tree, every stone, every grain of sand vibrated with the same heartbeat pulsing through the twins' veins. The vein of origin wasn't dormant anymore. It was awakening, and awakenings are never gentle. From the shadows of the shoreline, the villain twins already waited. Estelle stood untouched by the humid air, cold blue power dripping from his fingertips. Draven leaned against a crooked tree, lightning trails flickering under his skin like restless serpents. They knew the heroes would arrive. The island ensured it, for the vein wanted them all present, not for balance, but for conflict. The first clash wasn't a battle. It was a reaction. As the four sets of eyes met on the ancient soil, the origin flared inside their bodies. Veins glowing, pulses racing, power synchronizing against their will. The energy surged outward. The jungle bowed. The sky cracked. Even the ocean pulled back in fear. This was more than magic, more than power, more than blood. This was the moment destiny sharpened its blade. The guardian stepped forward, tension in every muscle. He had known this day would come, but not this soon. He whispered, almost trembling, "Children, keep your distance. Your veins are unstable around each other." But distance was no longer an option. The villain twins moved first. Estelle's voice was icy. "You shouldn't have come here." Draven smirked. "No, you should have come. Makes taking the origin easier." Kai's jaw tightened, shadow flame flickering beneath his skin. Lyra's light burst pulsed brighter with every breath. The twins did not reply with words. The island replied for them. The ground beneath their feet lit up, ancient runes igniting one by one, forming a glowing circle around them. The circle tightened, locking the four in place. The twins could feel it. This wasn't a trap. It was a test. The island wanted them to fight. The vein wanted them to prove their worth. And the origin wanted to see who would survive. The villain twins reacted immediately. Estelle unleashed a beam of cold, corrupt blue flame. Draven followed with a lightning strike that shredded the sky. Kai countered with a wall of shadow flame that curved like a serpent. Lyra spun a spiraling shield of radiant sound, slicing the incoming attacks apart. The first clash shook the jungle. Animals scattered. Trees exploded. The air itself screamed. But the island did not break. It watched. It judged. It waited. The guardian tried to intervene, only to be thrown backward by an invisible force. The island rejected him. This trial was for the twins alone. He shouted from afar, desperation in his voice. "Don't let the origin take control. Focus on yourselves, not on them." But it was too late. The vein inside each set of twins recognized the presence of the others, and reacted violently. Kai's shadow flame twisted into black fire serpents. Lyra's light burst turned into blinding shockwaves. Estelle's corrupted energy became shards of frozen destruction. Draven's lightning veins erupted into storms of red electricity. Each attack fueled the next. Each collision strengthened the last. This wasn't a battle. It was a fusion of chaos. The island trembled. The sky fractured. The vein pulsed. And as their powers escalated beyond anything they could control, a massive rupture split the ground beneath them. A glowing chasm opened, a crack leading downward into a place none of them had ever seen. A place the ancient world sealed off, and prayed would never open again. The heart of the vein, the origin chamber. The twins stopped fighting instantly, not because they wanted to, but because the island pulled them. A force stronger than gravity seized all four and dragged them toward the glowing abyss. They clawed at the earth. They fought the pull. They screamed as the energy wrapped around them. But resistance was meaningless. The island had chosen, and its judgment was final. Begins the instant all four twins are dragged into the glowing abyss. The fall didn't feel like falling. It felt like being unmade. Light bled into shadow. Shadow bled into light. Sound stretched. Time twisted. Every heartbeat echoed like thunder inside a collapsing universe. For the twins, the world above vanished, replaced by a tunnel of swirling energy carved directly from the vein of origin itself. It was not a passage. It was a judgment, and judgment is never gentle. When the fall finally ended, the four landed on ancient stone, smooth, cold, blackened by centuries of sealed power. They stood inside a colossal cavern, deeper than the ocean, older than the kingdoms that birthed their bloodlines. The origin chamber, A place even myths refused to describe. The ceiling vanished into endless darkness. Pillars of pulsating crystals lined the walls, each one glowing faintly with the same rhythm as the twins' veins. And at the center of the chamber rested a floating sphere of pure, breathing light, the heart of the vein, alive, watching, waiting. The twins felt it immediately, a pull in their blood, a whisper in their bones, a voice with no sound, but impossible to ignore. Lyra's light burst dimmed and brightened uncontrollably. Estelle's icy energy fractured around him like shattered glass. Draven's electric veins flickered in violent red pulses. The heart recognized them, all four, and for the first time, spoke, not with language, but with memory. The chamber shifted. Visions erupted in the air. Battles between ancient clans, wars fought in forgotten worlds, gods torn apart by the very power that created them. The twins watched as their ancestors fought for the vein, screaming, bleeding, destroying empires just for a fragment of the origin. They saw the moment the vein chose to cease existing as an external force, choosing instead to hide within bloodlines, passing silently from parent to child, waiting for the right convergence. This convergence, today, now. The villain twins were the first to recover from the visions. Estelle stepped forward, eyes locked on the heart. It's reacting to us. Draven's voice tightened, coded in obsession. No, it's reacting to them. The ones our parents failed to kill. Lyra's breath caught.
Kay's fists clenched.
The chamber pulsed again, brighter this time, as if confirming Draven's words. The heart favored no side, but it did recognize the protectors, the chosen bloodline. Estelle hissed. Draven smirked. The air thickened. A clash was coming, but the chamber had different plans. Suddenly, the ground cracked beneath their feet, for pillars of energy shot upward, trapping each twin in a separate column of glowing force. They struggled. They yelled. They fought against the confinement. But the vein did not imprison them out of cruelty. Tested them. One by one, the columns transformed. Each became a mirror, but not a mirror of appearance. A mirror of fear. Kai found himself facing the shadow of what he might become if the vein consumed him. A creature made of endless flame and hunger. Lyra confronted a version of herself who had lost everyone she loved. Light dimmed, heart corrupted. Estelle stared into the eyes of a life where the vein had chosen him, and the effort required to hold such power twisted him into a monster beyond redemption. Draven faced himself as a failure again. Veins burned out, power fading, forgotten by the world he wanted to conquer. Each twin was forced to confront the truth. The vein grants power, but it demands the soul, and many who claimed it lost themselves before they ever held it. The chamber hummed louder. Each vision intensified. Each fear tightened its grip. The twins screamed, not out of pain, but out of the terror of seeing who they could become. And in the darkest moment, the heart of the vein pulsed one final time. A blinding wave of energy exploded outward. The chamber shook. The mirrors shattered. The columns vanished. The twins collapsed to the stone floor, gasping for air. The test incomplete, their fates unresolved. But one thing changed. On the ground before them, glowing faintly, were 4 marks, symbols carved by the vein itself. For destinies, for paths, for choices, but only one would lead to the origin. And the heart whispered its final warning. Those who fear themselves will never master me. The chamber dimmed. The pulse faded.